to Major League Pickleball Australia, the official professional pickleball tour. My name is Russell Robertson, your host. Thrilled to be here to guide you through what looks to be the most exciting and competitive pickleball that's been played in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, players and fans, we'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we gather, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and we pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. With that said, for those on the broadcast, I'm going to throw you upstairs to our commentators, Dylan and Michael.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is
For the rest
Dylan
of you
Kilman.
in the arena.
This is Major League Pickleball Australia, live from Melbourne. Absolutely beautiful day so far, Michael. How are we doing, mate?
Brilliant. We, as a Melburnian, we have been excited for this for months. This is the best colour of pickleball we've seen down in the southern state, and can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it.
It should be an absolute thriller of a day. I think the venue's put on an absolute spectacle for us right now. I will say I was whinging earlier about the cold, but thankfully we are indoors now, so I can no longer have any grumbles. But fantastic day. I know the players are going to be tearing it up on court. We were lucky to witness some awesome games earlier today, Michael. It's going to be a great day.
Some of those open gold medal matches were absolutely fabulous, and if that's anything to go by, we're in for an absolute treat this afternoon.
Yeah, spot on. So let's lead into the formats. We do have rally scoring for these events. For the Major League Pickleball Australia games, we are playing to 21. Rally scoring win by 2. We'll be doing 4 of the games of those rally scoring matches. We will be playing with the women's first, followed by the men's, and then the double mixed after that. And should it tie up, we'll have a dream breaker. Chaos will ensue on the court. I really hope we have one today.
As you can hear the crowd, the Melbourne crowd. I told you they've been looking forward to it for months, and they've shown up, and you can hear the noise that they're making. I'm really excited to see the local team up first.
Yeah, not wrong. It is the sporting capital of Australia, Melbourne. They're fanatical about their sports. Here we have the Dream Breaker for everyone that's wanting to know what it's all about. But basically the players will pick their own 8-player rotation, and then those players will hop in and do singles for 4 points, and then they'll rotate with someone else in their side. It's pretty fun. I know the players love testing it out. We haven't had one on the live broadcast just yet. We did have the Brisbane and the Sydney events that I was lucky enough to cover. As we can see our players on the side there, we've got the Sydney Smash lineup getting ready to go. The captain himself, Mitchell Hargraves, was in fine form. We were lucky enough to see him perform earlier today. Michael, what are your thoughts on the...
that lineup is stacked.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
There is no weak link in that lineup, which is probably why they won it 2 weeks ago in Sydney.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, the home crowd took the Sydney event. For the Gold Coast side, with Captain Sarah Burr leading them, the queen of the resets, as I call her, incredible defensive efforts. She's been also in very good form. So you can see Beck Kingsley just there on the right side, her sister warming up.
And just a really good mix of youth and experience in that team, with Martin Clark and Sarah Burr, and then you've got the youth of Katie Hart and Oliver Gray, which is it's just a good lineup, good experience to have on the bench to help those younger players through what's going to be a pretty tough matchup.
Yeah, I think the one to watch for them is actually Vish Masand. We saw him play in Brisbane, absolutely tear it up, and no doubt he will perform here in our next game, which is going to be up with Melbourne Mavericks versus the Gold Coast Glory. So I'm going to expect some bias from you here, Michael, considering you live in Melbourne. But what are your thoughts on the Melbourne side?
It's really good. And we see Aaron Blitz come back.
Yep.
He's been on the sidelines. He's been injured. I was actually sitting there watching him when he did get injured, and he's back in the lineup. I think we need to... we've got Tina, Lucas. We saw Lucas earlier on today. He was, his backhands were incredible, and just looked in really good form. I think we're in good shape. I think this is going to be. They might surprise a few people, the Mavs.
I think they're definitely a deadly combination, with Lucas Pascoe being the number 15 rated Duper junior player in the world. So we are lucky to have him on board. Got the Brisbane Breakers popping up right now. Captain Ludovika Shaki was performing well earlier today with her partner, Summer Alabona. For the remainder of the side, the Breakers did take the Brisbane event that we covered a little while ago in the year very solid side across the board. Myself living in Brizzy, I know all these guys, I play with all these guys, and let me tell you, they are a formidable force when on court. Regarding the ones to watch for them, I suppose, I mean, George Wall, we saw him perform in the men's opens today as well. He's an absolute freak on the court, that is for sure.
And he looked in good form. He was getting a little bit frustrated there in a couple of games, but I think he's probably blown out the cobwebs a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to be in fine form today, I would have thought.
Yeah, I agree entirely with that. Ludovic Shaki, also, you know, she's I don't know whether she'd be the number one player in Australia, but a female player, but she's definitely in the top three in my opinion. She's incredible on the court and a good leader too. She likes getting around her team, does a lot with them. But regarding the Glory and the Mavericks, Michael, I'm assuming you're going to be backing your local side for this event.
No bias, but I think with the crowd getting behind them, they're in for a good shot today.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably the form hasn't quite been there, but they've sort of been pulled together a little bit, this team, and I think now sort of had a little bit of a chance to train and play with each other. That they've got the sort of the matchups right. Home crowd.
Yep.
How can you not be excited to watch them play today?
Exactly right. Yeah, I was lucky enough to showcase some of Leona Quinn and her games earlier today. She's an absolute superstar on the court. As we can see our players warming up on the left side of court there. We got, or rather, as the pop-up has just meddled me up there, but on the right we can see the duo Beck Kingsley. She's warming up with Dora Seng. Dora, I was lucky enough to showcase today as well. She's absolutely fine athlete. Coming from Taiwan, living in the Gold Coast area herself, though, really nice person too. Actually, I've got to say that. I've got a bit of a running list in my head, Michael, of the nicest people in pickleball. Those women on the right side of your screen there, Beck Kingsley and Dora Seng, definitely on that list.
We're pretty lucky with pickleball in Australia. Like, there is not too many
bad
eggs.
Yeah, you're spot on.
And the Melbourne side, Bianchi and Townsend, probably couldn't get any more separate personalities, and it's going to be interesting to see how they go on the court.
Yeah, well, Danielle Townsend, she's an absolute menace on the court, very aggressive play style, coming from that high-level table tennis background. At the net, she is unbelievably quick. Very athletic today too. Her footwork was amazing, actually. I was lucky enough to cover a few of her games, just puts those balls away when she gets the opportunity. I imagine we're going to see a pretty strong poaching play style from her, with Tina probably opting to be a bit more of that support play style for the Melbourne Mavericks. But Danielle Townsend, definitely one to watch, one of our young guns here in the Australian space.
And someone that you can see her on the graphic there, very rarely she's not smiling and having a good time. The sort of person you want to probably play with, and you know, the best thing about this stream is you get to watch her play.
Yep, yeah, exactly right. Danielle's one of those people you hear before you see her on the court. She's always making a racket on the court, but as a result, for the Mavericks, they love having that vocal influence. Definitely gets around the team.
Yeah, certainly a great person to have in the team, and will be certainly lifting the energy levels, and probably a good player to sort of start the Mavericks off, being able to, you know, have that youthful enthusiasm, not get too nervous, and just really, you know, almost lead by example. I know that probably sounds a little bit silly being such a young player, but just that enthusiasm, it's going to invigorate the bench and really sort of bring them along for the ride.
Yeah, I agree entirely with that, actually. I think one thing we've also got to consider, as they are playing the very first game of the day, that getting that first victory on the board is essential. So I will say probably the most experienced player on this court right now, Beck Kingsley, as you can see her there warming up. She's played for quite a while now here in the Australian space. Her and her sister Sarah Burr have won many titles. I think talking about that maturity and that presence on the court, Beck is definitely the person to kickstart the Gold Coast Glory in the right direction.
Yeah.
She's playing with Dora Seng, which I'm thinking about. I don't know too much if those ladies have played together too much now I think about it, but that's the interesting thing about the Major League Pickleball Australia events, is that you're chucking people in the mix of it, and whether they've teamed up or not. It's always very interesting. So it looks like our players are more or less ready to go. We'll be leading into our games as soon as they are set to go. Just wondering where our officials are, who will be covering this game. Oh, it's none other than David J. On the right side of the screen there, we can see him. easily one of the most tenured referees here in the Australian pickleball space. Also a pretty good egg. He loves to spin a yarn.
And certainly a good person to be officiating this first game. Going to need someone cool and calm, especially this is quite a big crowd that's got together here for the this first match.
Yeah, not wrong. It looks like the Glory are going to be serving first. All right, let's get underway. Major League Pickleball Australia, Melbourne. Dora Zheng to bring it in, 0-0. Oh, that's just kicked wide. First points will be going to the Mavericks. 1-0.
Quite interesting that Tina is Bianchi is lining up on the forehand side.
Yep.
I thought being the more experienced pair that she probably might take the backhand side, but both equally adapt on their forehand and backhand. So just a little bit of an interesting outcome there.
Oh, dinking error there for Townsend. And I imagine we got to expect a lot of aggression from Danielle Townsend.
And that could be probably one of the reasons for it.
Yep. Oh, driving error there for Kingsley. That's a side out. Mavericks get it back, tied game 2 apiece.
Just feeling each other out early in this match.
Ooh, is that called in? We'll see. It looks like it is. Smiles all around. That's generally a good indicator of it. We can see the Townsend's deliberately targeting Seng in those speed ups. A lot of front on action between the two women. I think it's interesting because Dora Seng's normally very strong in those positions. Oh no, it was called out. My apologies. Oh no, a bit of confusion on court. We've got to see what the call was. But Kingsley to serve for the Glory.
Well, attempted poach there just goes well long, but right idea, especially if they're sort of going to have those quite narrow angles that are almost going down to the middle.
Yeah, solid defensive effort there by Tina. Keeping it in. Kingsley on the attack. Eventually the error was made.
Seems to be seeing a lot of front-on shots at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see whether that continues as the game goes on. Oh, what aggression. She's happy with it too, as you would be. That's probably the first real one that she's managed to get away.
Yeah,
I think she'd be happy with that.
Seng's 100% a confidence player. Once she gets going, it's hard to stop, so she'll be trying to fire herself up, fire her team up. The Glory bringing it in.
A small error there by Kingsley.
Yeah, neither team really getting a break here. Close one so far.
Again, another little front on battle. It seems to be that those the two younger players on the court really seem to be targeting each other.
Oh, I like it. It's good. Drop attempt unsuccessful there for Kingsley. Mavericks take the lead.
You can really hear the crowd getting involved, and I think that's only going to increase throughout these matches.
Oh, just sails wide. All right, this is the first decent-sized lead we've had throughout this game so far. 2 points towards the Mavericks.
And it just sort of shows with this rally scoring how quickly the scoreboard can tick over.
Oh, not wrong.
Only takes a couple of little mistakes and you're suddenly out to a 3-point lead.
Oh, I was about to credit Tina. Her backhand defensive efforts so far have been pretty effective, but after that one there, a bit of an error. Dora Seng to bring it in. It's currently 6-8.
It was a good level for Tina to really smash that forehand back. It just sort of, I think she was expecting it down the middle.
Oh, Beck Kingsley too strong. Jumping up, belting that one down. The experienced athlete.
And the fist pump again from Sang.
Yeah,
She's really getting into it.
Yeah, Dora's always fired up. It's great to see. We have seen a few drop errors here from Beck Kingsley. She's had a little bit more success from her drives.
Again, forcing the error. A little bit of power and aggression from the Melbourne Mavericks side.
Pop up goes out. The Glory get it back.
Don't see that too often from Bianchi.
Yeah, she's pretty reliable, honestly, but the firefights. This has been a relatively calm game for our women's players, typically a lot more firefights, but I imagine that'll change as the match progresses.
Yeah. Almost a few errors that you probably wouldn't normally see. You know, probably part contributing to probably not used to playing in front of such a big crowd and on such an occasion.
Oh, you could see Seng was there. That presence in the peripherals when you look up and all you see is... But we're going to go through to a commercial break as our players are quickly swap sides of the court.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good.
Another lager. No booze, no worries.
And welcome back. Thank you once again to Heaps Normal, one of our sponsors for the Brisbane Breakers. We are back underway. That goes wide. Solid recovery there by the Mavericks. They get the job done.
It was a good rally, probably one of the first slower rallies that we've seen. Sang just missing the... should try to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably
Get a bit of top spin on it.
A little bit too low for that one, Dora. She need to be a bit more disciplined. Opt for the reset. Well, that's a laid out call. Great shot.
Aggressive smash, great put away. Oh, great rally.
Yeah, it actually looked like Dora got caught flat-footed there. It was a solid firefight, but I think Kingsley was ready to go as that smash there. You can just see, yeah, she was a little bit late on the reaction. Placement there by Tina.
She's not happy she missed that one, Townsend. But good play by Beck.
Yeah, it was a solid pop-up right in the green zone. Danielle normally converts those. 12-16. Got to say, Michael, the Mavericks looking good right now.
They just really need to capitalise on this lead. They keep doing what they're doing. They're going to convert. Seen a few sort of drop shot errors in this game.
Yep.
And another one. But Danielle Townsend, she really had them penned back and just kept putting it back in the court, making them hit the hard shot, the glory.
Oh, that was probably going out there. Kingsley getting lucky.
I reckon you're right, Dylan. I reckon that was it's probably going to be an out ball.
Yeah.
One that you've just got to sort of deal with and forget about it.
Yeah, that bit of a shoulder check. Maybe Tina thought she had a chance to blast it, but regardless, if Gold Coast Glory are going to bounce back, now is the time to get some points on the board. 4-point deficit. Dora Singh to bring it in.
Nice deep return by Bianchi. Just struggled with the drop shot.
Yeah, the beauty with the rally scoring is that the Gold Coast side is still getting points slowly, but they need to start converting when they're serving. Ooh, called wide.
Just wide. Sort of got cramped up a little bit to the body and just tried to defend it back. Ended up getting a little bit stuck and putting it wide.
Yeah, it's a game point opportunity here for the Mavericks. And that's called out. They get it done. Melbourne Mavericks will take the first one. Tremendous play from Bianchi and Townsend. I'll be pretty happy with that, and I imagine you are too, mate.
How's the crowd? It's what a way to start. What a way to start. What a way to start this pickleball here in Melbourne. And for the Mavs to be able to get on the board early, and it was almost like that youthful enthusiasm with Townsend, with the experience of Bianchi.
And I believe we're going to go through to a interview with Russell, who's down there having a chat with Tina by the looks of it.
Absolutely, what a start, Tina. Home court, in front of your home crowd, how'd that feel?
Amazing. Couldn't be any better. Thank you to everybody for supporting us. It was such a great crowd and it really lifted us at the end, so it was amazing. What an experience. Thank you.
Absolutely. Obviously, there's 2 out in the court, but you've got a whole team over here. Was there a chat before this? How important was it to get off to a victory at the start of the day?
Huge to get off to a big victory because we've not done so well in the last 2 rounds, so we really needed this one and we got it. So excited. It was great to partner with Danny for the second time, so amazing. We're really happy.
Did you feel that crowd?
We certainly did. I did, yes. Thank you, everybody.
Good on you. Best of luck for the rest of the day. Go Melbourne. That's the first up win for the victory for the girls of Melbourne. We'll be back soon.
Thank you for that, Russell, and thank you for that, Tina. Pretty strong start from the Mavericks as we have the gentlemen hopping on court to warm up. Michael, with your super unbiased opinion, you must be pretty happy for a 1-0 start.
How can you not be? I said they've been waiting around for a while, the Mavericks, to play on their home turf. It's sort of the third rotation, and to be able to get off to that sort of start early, knowing that they've probably struggled, admittedly, in the first 2 rounds of this format, to be able to get it on the board early is a great start leading into this next match.
Yeah, and it's got to be said, from a momentum point of view, having your team take that first victory is such a big thing. And here's your mate, Aaron Blitz, on the left side of court, playing with Daniel. Give us a rundown of the Mavericks medal.
Yeah, so these two, so Daniel's sort of quite new into the pickleball scene, played a lot of sort of tennis background, and he just keeps improving. And then Aaron Blitz, I think everyone that knows pickleball in Australia knows how passionate he is about the game down here in Victoria, in Melbourne, and he's been itching to get out there. He has had a terrible injury, like a freak pickleball injury, and he's back now. He still said he's a little bit rusty, but when you pull on the Mavs uniform and you're the captain, you're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly right. And for the Gold Coast Glory, we have my dark horse pick, Vish Masan, playing with Martin Clark. Aaron Blitz, you play with him, Michael. What's he like on the court?
He doesn't actually say too much. He doesn't sort of amp himself up. He just sort of knows what to do, where to hit it. I wouldn't even say he's a super powerful player or anything like that. Just he knows his game and he knows how to do it. And it's going to be interesting, the dynamic here with Daniel, as to sort of how they go together. They've obviously both been around together, but Daniel's going to be probably the more aggressor and Aaron's really going to set it up.
Yeah,
and your man.
Yeah, well, for the Glory, honestly, this fella's the dark horse, in my opinion. Vish can absolutely flatten the ball. You're talking about Aaron being quite, chilled out, I suppose, on the court. Vish is very calm and collected. However, the pace that the ball comes off of his paddle is not calm and collected. He's playing with the superstar Martin Clark, arguably one of the most tenured players here in Australia. I think these guys are going to be a very scary side for the Mavericks to have to deal with.
I've watched a lot of Masan recently, and he just doesn't hit a bad shot. He makes you constantly work to win a point. And he's being that lefty, he's hard to move around too, because he's got an equally adept backhand.
Yeah.
He's just an all-round good player. I like watching him play.
Yeah, he's certainly an offensive threat, I suppose you could call it, whereas Martin Clark does probably have a little bit more of an all-round game. However, I definitely think, they're going to mesh well. I almost think that it's going to come down to Kuznetsov and Blitz in this game. That's going to be the difference to how they perform. It looks like our official for this game is going to be none other than Jen Rammer-Murphy. We can see her taking charge, making sure the fellas are behaving on court, and your boys will be serving first by the looks of it, Michael.
Yeah, and they'll be hoping to probably get a bit of scoreboard pressure early.
Let's get started. 0-0, Daniel to bring it in. Oh, no.
Not a great start. I'll admit that. Get it out of the way early, I say.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, no more after that.
We'll be happy with that one, Aaron. Get that point out the way. Get on the scoreboard. And just little bit of an error there. He doesn't normally make too many errors on that, that backhand dink.
Yeah, the pop up there by Masand. I think he was trying to do a backhand third shot drop and ended up just going way too high. Mavericks gobbling that one up. Kuznetsov could bring it in. Tied game, 2 apiece.
Just called long, that one. Just probably overdoing it there, Kuznetsov.
Ooh, it was there. Nice juicy green light there for Daniel Kuznetsov, but couldn't put it away. Masand to bring it in. 2-point lead.
Just Vish getting caught, probably at the little bit of the back of the court. Probably wasn't back enough or wasn't forward enough for that one.
No man's land. Oh, great shot.
I think I said at the start of this match that you don't see Blitz get too fired up, but he's the captain, and I said he's been excited, ready to go, and with the crowd behind him, pumps himself up there.
Captain's point, mate. Got to get amongst it when your captain scores a smash. Martin Clark wants none of that, puts it away, takes the lead.
That's brutal. It's brutal to watch up here. And poor Vish, he tried his best to try and get that one back, but that was near on impossible.
Kuznetsov starting to fire. That's 2 quick points that he's had on Masand. He's got phenomenal hands.
Probably interesting sort of dynamic. Obviously, Clark and Masand have played a fair bit together, and the Mavericks pair haven't probably played as much together. And you can sort of see that they're just cramping up a little bit in the middle, both trying to grab that middle ball.
Athleticism of Clark unable to get it back over. Mavericks will take lead.
Really smart placement. They're expecting another smash. Just placed along that kitchen line. Just good shot there by Clark.
And it's a tied game. The Glory slowly chipping away here. 8-8.
Great pick up there by Blitz, and couldn't do too much about that, Masand. Straight at the body if we watch again on the replay.
Yeah, Vicious copping it. He's had a couple go really straight at the chest.
Just a really good pickup. There wasn't much length to that one. It was a good shot by Massan there, but the Mavs trying to stay in this one. We've got a tied game now, 9-all. Got a 10-all game now. Massan serving to Kuznetsov.
Oh, that goes long. Mavericks will take the lead. And they're going to swap sides of the court. We're going to quickly go through to a commercial break as we get into our second half of this match. Absolute thriller so far.
Ready to discover a lifestyle designed for over 50s that lets you do you? Be inspired in your new home with high-quality finishes and relax in a resort-style community with no stamp duty or exit fees. There's more time for you to do you.
And welcome back. Sheesh, Michael. The crowd was super pumped up during the swap of sides. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, let's 11-all game here, but yeah, if the Mags can get out to this lead, they're certainly backed by a massive crowd. They really are going nuts here today.
Oh, bang. Vish Massan jumping up high, putting that one down low. Mavericks unable to get it back.
You
Great shot.
can't put it there for Massan and expect nothing less.
Aaron Blitz, I was a little bit worried that he may have hit that a bit too far then, but it's smacked right on the tee. Perfectly placed.
He's had a few of them to test out the shoulder injury, and so far so good. And every time the Mavs get a point, you can just hear the crowd get more and more into this game.
Yeah, Kuznetsov did well there, defended quite patiently, forced the error. Great serve, 2-point lead.
Yeah, Kuznetsov probably playing second fiddle to Blitz at the moment, just playing a really good role.
And that's a net roll, resulting in a side out. Not much he could have done about that one.
Probably pay back for the earlier one,
Yeah.
I reckon. There was a raw smile from both Vish and Kuznetsov there.
Fight. Clark getting caught right on the shoulder. Kuznetsov too strong in the end. He has wickedly fast hands.
You can probably call me old-fashioned, Dylan, but I just love watching this dinking at the moment. You could watch it all day.
Yep.
All four players have really got into a good rhythm now. Just tipping tipping the net and coming back onto the Mav side. Just missing Kuznetsov.
Oh, ball still live, great hands. Oh, Massan too strong. I mentioned his lethal hands earlier today. That's a good example of it. When he gets those pop-ups, he makes sure you cannot return it.
Just a really good pickleball point to watch. Both teams under a bit of pressure there, and the Glory coming out on top.
And Clark with the transition error. Normally pretty reliable in that regard, but unsuccessful in this time because that's off serving, 16-15. Bang! There goes.
What a shot.
Vish.
What an absolute cracking shot.
You are not getting that back. That forehand roll of his straight to the corner of the court.
You can see why you're a fan, Dylan. That was an amazing shot.
He's absolutely lethal, mate.
Just called wide. And suddenly the Glory just got themselves a neck in front at the moment.
There it is again. Vish putting on a show right now, slowly taking control at the late stages of this game. And I was about to say, now would be a great time for a timeout for the Mavericks. They've done well. They want to slow things down, kill some of that momentum.
And probably the right time. You know, they just seem to be, you know, a couple of shots that just was probably up a little bit too high to Vish, and Vish was just able to put it away. They probably just need to calm down. You can see them have a little bit of a talk before they called that time out, that they probably realise that they need to, you know, maybe not avoid Vish, but they just can't put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the put away opportunities that he's had in these last, 3 or 4 minutes, he's really, established himself.
Yeah.
And that does play in the back of your mind, right? When you're versing someone and all you can see is these balls flying past you at high velocity, it's definitely something you don't want to get involved with. So the gentlemen are recommencing the court. We can get back underway. But pressure's starting to mount for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and that's the thing with rally scoring. You don't really have too much of a chance to quickly get back into it, and at 18-6 they are down. Need to find something soon.
Kuznetsov getting it done. That is one way to re-establish that momentum. Beautifully placed.
And you can almost see the change in tactics. We talked about it during that timeout, that Vish was just suddenly getting the upper hand. I don't think they've hit a ball to him since.
Yep. No, he's got the hot hand. You want to avoid him. Tied game.
Trying to isolate Clark there, but it's not like you're isolating a beginner.
No,
he's very experienced. He's been there before.
Yeah, you can't really freeze the dog. Batman reference there for anyone. But we've got a tied game once more. Blitz to bring it in. Incredible play, the Mavericks taking the lead. That was a great rally, and I've got to give credit to Kuznetsov's transition. He was under a bit of pressure at the start of that.
It was just that little sneaky ball into the middle. It just sort of changed it up. Clark and Vish both sort of left it for each other.
Yep. Game point situation here for the Mavericks to take a 2-0 lead. Oh, called outside, tied game. We're going to keep on going till one of the sides get a 2-point lead.
And they almost tried it again there. That little sneaky ball in the middle, just changing things up. But I think they were a bit more aware to it this time, the Glory. And yeah, 2020, what a match.
And the Glory somehow stuck around, defended that game point, now find themselves in a game point opportunity to tie things up one apiece. Oh, the Doc gets it done. Bang down the left side. Too good. Tied game.
Yeah, look, really great game to watch, and full credit to the Glory. It was just they were up against it. Almost felt like they were, trying to counteract the Mavs every time, or every point. But they just experienced, didn't panic at all, and just came straight into it.
Yeah, and it looks like Russell's gone and pinched the two gentlemen from the Glory. We've got Martin Clark, Vish Masan ready to go. They're just getting ready. You can see our ladies from the Mavericks starting to warm up on the right side of the screen. Over to you, Russell.
Vish, what a game, mate. It was tightly contested. Were you getting nervous there?
We were. I won't lie. I was just so tight. I haven't felt so tight in a pickleball game before, but we just held on our nerves and got across the line, which is good.
It would be even more nerve-wracking, Martin, given that both teams haven't got an overall victory yet. Are you feeling that pressure for the whole day?
Yeah, I guess so, because you don't want to let your teammates down. So you really want to win for your team, so you take a bit of pressure off them. But I had a great partner today, Vish. We went through our tight spots, we got there, so pretty happy with that.
Both of you, what about that game? It was just so tightly contested the whole way through. Obviously some real talent at the other end.
Absolutely. With rally scoring, the games are always tight because it's just a point here and there, and they played really well. So yeah.
Absolutely, and so did you guys. Keep it going for the rest of the day. We hope you enjoy it. We'll hand it back up to the boys upstairs.
Thank you for that, Russell and Sheesh, Michael. This has been an absolute thriller so far. We have a tied game. Going on to our women's games.
I'm trying to catch my breath. This pickleball is incredible. And it's the rally scoring too. You just don't have a chance to sit back and try and play a few defensive points. Both teams just having to be aggressive virtually from the start. There's no feeling your way into it at all. You're just on. You've got to be on right from the first point. And if not, you're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I think you're spot on. Like, I believe the Mavericks probably had that game. But due to the rally scoring format, the Glory were able to just hang around, force that 2020 and take a quick 2-point lead, really, and when we're at that 2020 situation. So, yeah, you're spot on. It does force non-stop pressure on all the players. But, the Glory, they took the opportunity and converted.
I think one of the key words you just said is force. If you can continue to force your opposition to hit that extra point and just staying in that point, trying to make them hit the winner rather than you hit an error. And we saw that a few times. It just happened to, Vish and Clark just happened to keep staying in the point. And we saw a few errors, especially late for the Mavs. They tried to be probably too aggressive on occasions or just missed that easy dink. It's just it's the format. It's this team's event. There's a bit of pressure. You're not just playing for yourself. You're playing for your team. It's it's really good to watch at the moment. We're getting to enjoy it up here in the commentary box.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise that the Doc Martin was able to put that one away and capitalise. We often joke about how because he is quite literally a doctor for our players that are new to watching the Australian pickleball space, pressure is irrelevant to him. Does it for a job. So 1-1 tied game. Now this is going to be an absolute thriller. I was lucky enough to watch Leona Quinn and Talia Saunders. You can see there on the left. They played earlier today, played very well, I might add. And they will be up against Katie Hart and the Queen of Resets, captain of the Gold Coast Glory herself, Sarah Burr.
Do you reckon Sarah Burr, being the captain, saw how well Katie Hart played in that gold medal match earlier today and said, I'm playing with you?
Yeah, mate.
Because she was on fire today.
I actually was going to mention that. I think when it comes to these events, we always have to take form into play. Like, obviously, Burr is incredibly good, but you are right. Katie Hart, she is on fire right now, and I expect she will want to come out and establish dominance straight away. She's a confidence player, and she is absolutely brimming with it right now.
I was going to say, I don't think, after watching her play earlier on today, I don't think she could be any more confident.
Yep, I agree. Talia Saunders, she played pretty well earlier today, actually. Takes a bit more of that supporting role that we do see with her and Leona. Both her and Leona played, I believe it was badminton way back in the day. Good bit of a story for you there. So they've got a connection immediately. I think for this particular game, her resetting has got to be on point, especially as we mentioned, Katie Hart is on fire. So she's going to be copping a lot of balls and just needs to get them back and try and set up her partner Leona as much as possible.
Yeah, and especially being against Hart and Burr, you're not going to be given too much margin of error. She's going to have to be on her game. And as we can see on screen now, Katie Hart, who we were talking about, just has been on absolute fire. Really aggressive play, and just some of those balls that she's been hitting on the outside courts, they were echoing.
Yeah.
She was hitting them with that much power. And yeah, you can just tell that she's at the top of her game, and it's going to be a tough match for the Mavericks. They're really going to have to try and almost say avoid hitting it to Katie Hart, just not give her anything that can be put back with interest.
Well, one fun piece of trivia for you here, Michael, is that both Sarah Burr and Katie Hart are both left-handed.
Yeah.
So we have the very rare opportunity of watching two left-handed players go head-to-head. Typically, Burr and Hart play that right-left-handed combination, which we see so commonly. But this is going to be interesting, like who's going to take the left hand in the middle.
Yeah.
It looks like Hart has moved to that side, so Burr will take a bit more of a defensive mindset, which is her typical play style anyway. So the Glory to bring it in, it'll be 0-0. Katie Hart serving first. Let's get underway.
And not a good start there by Saunders. We saw that from the Mavericks in the game we just watched. Just a basic skill error early.
Talking about hard hitters, we were talking about Katie Hart earlier, but Leona Quinn, I've been saying it for ages, she has the hardest smash in Australian pickleball, there's no doubt about it. High-level badminton background, can absolutely thump the ball when an opportunity is given.
We just see the power there by Katie Hart, but obviously going long, Saunders having to watch that one go through the legs.
Oh, good lob. I have to say, that was a very smart set of plays there from the Mavericks, forcing that transition back to the baseline with that healthy lob.
Yeah, what an excellent lob in that middle of the court. Really put the Glory, to the back of the court.
That was a disadvantageous position. That's what you want to do. Unfortunately, drive unsuccessful. The ball will go back to the Gold Coast Glory. There it is. That's the velocity I was talking about, Michael.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
she came off the paddle into the face. I think she's, she's all right, but yeah, just that power and aggression. It just sort of comes out of nowhere too sometimes.
Bang. Saunders jumping up high, thumping that one down.
And as you mentioned at the start of the game, that she's going to have to hit a lot of balls, Talia. She's doing really well so far, and she just needs to keep that up, and that will give her a lot of confidence being able to put that one away. You know, you saw a little bit of a fist pump to herself and the crowd really getting involved, and she's going to need that confidence.
Getting it done, Saunders. I think I mentioned earlier that obviously Hart and Quinn can thump the ball, but Saunders is no slouch at all when she gets those pop-up opportunities. Forcing the 2-point lead right now. No, make that a 3-point lead. Mavericks doing well.
Just got themselves out to a bit of a margin now.
There it is again. Saunders really starting to lift right now. The Mavericks on their feet.
Yeah, she's putting away those pop-ups. And, yeah, the Mavs suddenly a little bit of a margin. 4 points up.
Well, I think the pressure's on the Glory because they probably thought they could take a win here. But Quinn and Saunders, they're very solid players. Like they'll be doing, and they fight non-stop. They'll do their best to get ahead with this one. That is in. Katie Hart down the line, beautifully placed. Earns that side out.
And yeah, you mentioned Quinn, probably one of the most underrated players, I feel, in the ladies' game. Probably doesn't quite get the accolades of, some of the other players, but certainly a very good player on a day.
That's the commentator's curse, mate. You can't compliment any of the players, it'll go wrong.
I think I'll just go on mute for the rest of this game. Won't give my opinion at all.
Saunders.
And I think just before then I'd mentioned how well Saunders has been putting those putaways, and then she suddenly makes an error. Suddenly a 1-point game.
Oh, Katie Hart, straight down the middle, too strong in the end.
Such a good shot. There's not much the Mavs can do about that one. It's straight down the middle and just too much power. But the Mavs putting away that pop up there.
Well, Sarah Burr normally very consistent on those defensive efforts on the baseline. However, just couldn't get the final one back. Saunders to bring it in, 1-point lead.
And again, just a bit of a fist pump. They just pump themselves back up.
I got to say, Talia's playing very well. She's definitely the catalyst right now for the Mavericks.
I think we saw 2 weeks ago that comeback that she had with Lucas Pascoe. And I reckon that's probably given her some confidence that she belongs at this level.
Yep.
Good play by Sarah Burr there.
Oh, look at the hands go. Saunders very happy with that one. I have to say the transition from the Glory was pretty solid there. They initiated that firefight, couldn't put it away.
Really good rally. All four players getting involved. I don't know whether she just sort of lost her footing or just misread the bounce a little bit there, Hyun.
Drive unsuccessful. And we are going to swap sides. We're going to go through to a commercial break while we wait for our players to recommence the court.
Discover a community designed for over 50s that lets you do you.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good.
Another lager. No booze, no worries.
And welcome back. Leona Quinn with ball in hand. The Mavericks having a 2-point lead so far.
That's a really good front on dinking by Burr. She just really set that one up. We sort of said at the start of the match that Talia might hit a lot of balls, but almost seemed to be changing it around with how well Talia is playing, but just probably trying something a little bit different there, Burr. Going front on with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's ironic in a way because when Sarah Burr started playing here in Australia, she was renowned for being an aggressive player. But she's definitely changed to more defensive-minded. That was the top of the paddle. Hart not getting the purchase she would have liked.
Yeah, the Mavs out to a 3-point lead again. And there's that aggression. She hasn't completely lost it.
No, Sarah Burr, when she gets those chances, she puts them away. Only 1 point in and out. And this is what we talked about earlier with that rally scoring format. Glory just had to stick around. And I have to think, it has to be said, Katie Hart does seem to be frozen out a little bit here. The Mavericks are definitely targeting Burr a lot more. However, Sarah Burr, ever consistent, has tied things up on her own. And that ball's called long. We have a challenge here on the side of Leona Quinn. Official David J has confirmed that it was out.
It almost feels a little bit unfair. You freeze out at such a good player in Katie Hart, and then you've got to hit the ball to Sarah Burr. Oh. It's almost unfair.
Oh, the dive by Quinn. Great effort. Always in the play, Leona. We've got a timeout here on the side of the Mavericks. I think one thing that we haven't really mentioned too much, just on that double left-handed combination from the Glory, we can see that the Mavericks are definitely targeting Burr's like they're targeting the outside of the court for Sarah Burr. But, it's unfazed. The Glory are still doing well. Minimal errors on their behalf, and they'll be happy to have a 2-point lead here in this timeout.
Yeah, so what do you think that the Glory will sort of be talking about in this timeout? Just keep going about their business, or you think that they might try and strategise and potentially change things up?
I don't see them changing anything. If anything, the pressure's on the Mavericks to make a strategy change.
And I think with the Mavericks, they probably just need to, a little bit of a run on by the Glory. Probably just need to calm themselves down. They didn't play super bad there. It was just a couple of unlucky points, and suddenly you find yourself 2 down when you're 3 up.
Defence to offence, the Glory too strong in the end. Sarah Burr, I think, had about 6 or so resets. Katie Hart coming through, clutch, well played.
And the Mavericks just decided to change it up. The owner and Talia just switching sides, get the serve back and get a point on the board.
And that there's a tape tickler, lands in. Mavericks will take every point they can get right now. Only 1 point in it.
A little bit of a momentum shift.
Great shot, Sarah Burr down the line. Not getting that one back.
Yeah, anything just a little bit high, she's just been able to put that away all game. Been doing so well on those digs, Talia. Just that one, just clipping the top of the net. And the Glory back out to a 3-point lead.
Oh, Hart trying to poach it. Just had to be a little bit more patient there. They've done very well, the Glory, on their transitions so far, so can't be getting over zealous. Firefight working for the Mavs. Another successful lob bottle.
Yeah. I'm surprised that after the success of the first one, she hasn't really pulled it out. But that was just a perfect time to pull it out, I think. Such a close game.
Glory inching ever closer to that victory. 2-point lead, Burr to bring it in. We'll see what's happening here. Our players just checking something with our official Jay. Oh, well played by the Glory.
What a point.
Yeah, Katie Hart was threatening the Ernie there, but Sarah Burr covered middle of the court. They now find themselves in a game point situation. Great shot, Charlie Saunders, too good.
What a shot on game point too. Saw the opening down the line and went for it. Such a long, tense rally and picked her moment and went for it.
And now as the Glory are frozen out, they don't win the point. They have to score the final point while serving. Katie Hart to bring it in, game point once more. That's called long. And the Glory will take the victory here, taking a 1-win lead. Well played to them.
2-1 up, and what a match by the Glory. They sort of found themselves on the ropes a couple of times, and they just kept fighting their way through that game. Managed to come away with the win, and yeah, Sarah Burr and Katie Hart. Unfortunate for Saunders and Huyen, who really played some great defence in that game. And almost feel a bit sorry for them because they didn't deserve to be on the end of that win. As we throw over to Russell, who has the winning team.
Absolutely, guys. And I've got Sarah, the captain. Go 2-1 up. How does that feel?
Awesome. I'm so proud of our team for digging deep and you know, giving it their all, and a good place to be in right now in the competition.
That was some high-quality pickleball there.
Oh, it's sensational. Katie really dug me out there. I was just on defence. She was attacking, and yeah, dream team.
Enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it. Good luck for the rest of the day. Back to you, boys.
And the great thing about this format is we're straight into the next game. And it looks like we've got Graham Vine versus Pascoe and Huyn as the Glory find themselves 2-1 up. It's going to be another amazing game. We have been very fortunate so far in these three matchups. They've all been close. It's all been some pretty good pickleball. And the Mavs will be looking to get back to 2-2 by winning this one. But it won't be easy up against a couple of young guns on the side of the Glory. So we see these two just two pairs warming up. We're down here in Melbourne. Probably can't see it on the camera screen, but we've got quite a big crowd that's rolled in to support the Mavericks, and probably be slightly disappointed that they've been playing quite well and find themselves 2-1 down, but still alive and will be looking to try and force a dream breaker.
Yeah, I can just see the gentlemen are starting to warm up. This is going to be a cracking game, actually, if we look at these duos on court currently. Your youngest superstar, Lucas Pascoe, on court right now. He's playing with Tan Huynh. We just saw Leona, his wife.
And we saw Lucas earlier today. For someone so young, on this sort of stage, playing for the Mavericks, in front of a home crowd, he's never overawed, is he?
No, it's actually pretty interesting because he's up against Ollie Gray. I know Lucas and Ollie have played together in the past. And for Vine and Huynh, they verse each other quite a lot in singles.
Yeah.
So I've covered many of their games where they have classic head-to-heads. So this has got a little bit of feeling to it because there's a lot of stories with our players on court currently. And they can all rip the ball. I think this is going to be a pretty high-tempo game, especially the firefights. Expect lots of shootouts between the players. They all love the volley battle. And basically, yeah, it's going to be pretty electric. I imagine it's going to be a very fast-paced ball.
Yeah, some of the firefights. I'm really looking forward to this one. Almost say that every game, but every game's had like a little bit of something about it, and this one's going to probably be, like you said, really quite aggressive. A lot of battles at the net. We know, certainly Lucas, and we saw it earlier on today. A lot of poaching. If he gets something that he likes on that forehand, he's going to go for it. And pretty much all of these players are going to go for it at some point. If they get a ball that they like, they don't hold back, do they?
100%. And young Lucas Pascoe, he's only 16. It's crazy to consider it. Duper rated him the 15th best junior player in the world. So needless to say, he is absolutely electric. That double-handed backhand of his, he gets a ridiculous amount of spin on it and velocity generated. He's quickly becoming, he's a scary player. You don't want to verse Lucas. If you pop it up anywhere within his vicinity, he is going to put it away with tremendous amount of pace.
Just some of the balls that he's able to pick up. I don't think there's too many people that can pick up the balls that he can play. It just manages to somehow have no width with anything and just be able to flick it with that double-handed backhand. And over to Ollie Gray, you probably have seen him play a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the young man's from Yeppoon. Also, he's only a year older than Lucas. It just kind of shows the, generational talent that the Australian pickleball space is starting to produce. We've got all these youngsters coming in and tearing it up on court. Ollie Gray, quite an aggressive play style, definitely a confidence player. When he's hot, but it'll be up to his partner, Wesley Vine, to make sure that, he stays in the right headspace. Vine, definitely probably he's the more experienced and tenured of the two. Wes has won many championships and medals across the years. Regarding the Mavericks, Tan Huynh, once again, the more experienced out of the two. I actually think these two here that we see on screen, they are going to be playing some very athletic pickleball. They're going to be running around like nuts. Expect earnings, expect ATP attempts. I think it's going to be a great time. And we're underway 0-0.
And there's that aggression from Ollie Gray. You said he's a confidence player, and what better way than hit a winner there in the first point to get your confidence up?
Yeah, exactly right. I think he'll be absolutely tearing at the bit to get any opportunity he can to put it away.
Just missing that one, Lucas. I think he just probably misread the bounce.
Speed up. There he is. Young prodigy putting that one away. Pascoe, lightning fast hands.
And what you said about them both moving around the court a fair bit, you see those Mavs players who are in looking for the earning, and you'll see that quite a lot in this game.
Pascoe, that double-handed backhand of his is absolute lethal. I think, to furthermore on your point, he's either going to be trying to set up an Ernie for Tan, or he's going to take that middle position in the court to really put it away. Ollie Gray read that well there. Pascoe deliberately pushing in the middle, trying to threaten a bit more of a poach. Gray speeding it up at the shoulder.
You can see Ollie Gray really fist pumping, trying to build that confidence early.
No one down the line. He did see the gap there. Tan, though, discipline, let it go. And it's interesting because both Tan and Wes they're traditionally aggressive players, but in this particular matchup, they are the supportive players. They want to set up young Gray and Pascoe. And it's just incredible. This Major League Pickleball Australia format really pulls out different team compositions. was a bit cheeky there by Gray, forcing his old teammate in. Gets the job done though.
Yeah, he did well to get to it, but obviously just couldn't quite keep it down, and Gray was able to put it away.
Yeah, well played there by Gray. And that backhand smash, Pascoe unable to retrieve it. Close game so far, Michael.
Yeah, that's no one's really quite got the upper hand. Like we sort of predicted, haven't seen any long rallies, just a lot of winners trying to be hit.
As you mentioned, that Gray going for the one down the line. Unsuccessful though. Tied game.
And there it is again, just popped up, putting that winner away. I'm pretty happy with it too.
Yeah, Ollie Gray's getting a lot of backhands in that middle of the court. They're trying to avoid Vine's forehand. Well, sure enough, I mentioned the forehand. That's what causes the error. The Mavs tie things up, 6 apiece.
And there we go, we see another little sneaky dig.
Yeah, I mean, Gray's obviously welcoming them in. General rule of thumb, you don't want to be dropping it in, but Gray's confident in his own abilities. And that's a great drive. Tan unable to get it back.
And back out to a 2-point lead. Gray missed that one, but you know, you're not, as his teammate, you're not going to tell him to stop going for it because he's, like you said, he's that confidence player. You just want him to keep trying to hit those winners, keep going for it if he sees it, and none of these players are going to die wondering.
Oh, not to be the ATP. I definitely feel that Vine has been frozen out a little bit here. Gray getting a large percentage of the ball on his backhand. Doesn't matter. Gray getting that one done.
Really good put away.
He's actually running at a high clip with his smash percentages right now.
Attempted lob, just goes long.
Oh, speed up. Unsuccessful. We're going to go through to a swap of sides. And the player's going to have a breather. We're also going to go through to a commercial break. We'll see you when they get back. And welcome back. We're straight back into it. Ollie Gray to bring the ball in.
just missing that one. Quinn.
Oh, the drive goes wide. I was about to credit Gray. I was going to say he's had a pretty good game so far, but that's the, that's when he needs to cool things down, be a bit more disciplined with his shots.
And another one that probably wasn't quite there. It was just a little bit low on him. He tried to speed it up.
Woohoo! That is very fast. Ollie Gray smacking that one. Tan unable to get it back. Ernie King gets it done.
There it is. Been waiting a while. You could see him sort of looking and wanting it.
There's a reason why I call him it. He is always itching for an Ernie opportunity time. Quinn. Five height working in the Glory's favour there.
We haven't seen for Pascoe being able to unleash that double-handed backhand.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Well, we had the opportunity there, they couldn't convert.
Glory just get out to a bit of a three-point gap here. Need to pull it back, the Mavs.
Transition for Gray, unsuccessful. He had the right idea in mind there. Just the execution was a little bit off. Lucas Pascoe to serve, 13-15.
Probably a good time to remind people that if the Mavericks can win this one, we go to a dream breaker, which I want to see happen. Pascoe to serve.
Error there. Glory taking a 1-point lead. Oh, defensive effort. Phenomenal effort there by the Glory. Vine's just getting his shoelaces ready to go. Oh, did that strike Quinn? We'll have to see. We have a timeout here on the side of the Mavericks. And I believe it did strike Quinn. We're going to find out in a sec. But regardless, players are going to reassess, see what strategies can be changed. See the Glory running around there on the left side of the screen. But I think the Glory probably have a bit of the momentum right now.
Yeah, the Mavs certainly got out of it. You know, they're only down by 2. We've seen a lot of balls go to Gray, as you've touched on during this match. Would you change it up this late, or would you just keep your tactics and go and continue with that strategy?
Well, I mean, Wesley Vine, I feel like he's barely touched the ball throughout this game so far. Glory may want to quite literally switch things up by doing a bit more switch plays. But we'll see what happens regardless. Play has recommenced. Vine to bring it in. Drop shot.
Good put away by Pascoe. Sort of been sitting there ready, waiting for some of those shots, and yeah, finally got one and put it away.
Bang. That's a good way to tie the game up. Ollie Gray, my apologies, taking a 2-point lead. Ollie Gray really pouncing on that one. He's got such long limbs, Gray. It gets smashes that a lot of other people wouldn't, they would struggle to pull off.
And yeah, it's certainly advantageous in pickleball. You know, you can get those balls that other people probably wouldn't be able to do.
That's the game point opportunity here for the Glory. Tan Huynh speeds it up, gets the job done. And defending that game point situation, need to keep getting some more on the board.
Good put away by Gray. Pascoe had an opportunity there, but just couldn't quite get it back over the net for the reset.
Oh, what a shot. Gray down the line, too good.
What a way to win it.
Yep. Played very well, Ollie Gray. Multiple balls. And I believe the Glory will be very happy after that victory.
It's almost fitting that he hit the winner. He was probably targeted a little bit there and just didn't let it down. Just everything was a winner.
And looks like we've got our interviewees ready to go with Russell. It's got Ollie Gray and Wes Vine.
Yes, just down on the court with the winners of this one. Ollie, geez, boys, what a fantastic match. So some hard hitting there. I really enjoyed it. The young man here is a sensation. How'd it feel out there?
Yeah, it felt amazing. I felt really good. I just wasn't making many errors, so I could just keep on going at it.
Got those long limbs, mate. It's hard to get it past, but further than that, you were just bashing it straight back at him. You did really well.
Thank you.
Good on you guys. Good luck for the rest of the day. It's 3 to the Gold Coast boys. They're doing well. The Gold Coast team, sorry. Well done.
Cheers for that, Russell. Thank you, Ollie Gray. Nice and loud as always. He loves a yarn.
You could see him getting it, even like from the first point, pumping himself up. And what wouldn't you be pumped up? That was a really great win, and he played amazing. Yep. Like, he really had to be at the top of his game. He was being targeted a little bit there, and some of his shots, some of his winners, like, just beyond his years, just the confidence to go for some of those shots and then to actually execute them.
Yeah, he was definitely hitting it with authority. I think he did have several pop-up opportunities, but he also, as sort of to mention to your point, some of his shots weren't exactly easy ones to pull off. And, as you said, he got a high percentage of the balls and able to pull out the victory.
And to have the confidence to actually go for them too. It's very easy when you can be a little bit overawed and just play it back, play the defensive play the percentages, but just kept going for the winners. Even when he missed a few, he just kept going for them. And that's what you want to see. And that's why, pickleball in this country is on the up. Yep. Because we've got players like that coming through that, make other players stand up and take notice.
Yeah, I agree. And, referring to our young guns, Danielle Townsend's back on the court. She's partnering up with Daniel. Oh, geez, we have Danielle and Daniel. Good. Mavericks doing their best to try and confuse our commentators, but Kuznetsov, obviously a local boy, he'll be doing his best to bring the crowd to their feet.
Yeah, and I think they probably need a little bit of a lift, and we saw in the first match, Townsend, she was able to really get herself and the crowd going. I think we're probably going to see a little bit more of that, and this mixed pairing is probably a good pairing for them because they're both quite aggressive players, and they'll probably be on the same wavelength, both quite young. And, you know, as we can see, Danielle Townsend, she's a real up-and-comer of this sport, and just somebody you'd love to, we mentioned it earlier, you'd love to have her on your team because she's just vibrant, energetic, and she's got the game to back it up.
Yeah, Danielle does like a bit of smack talking on the court. She's definitely renowned for, she doesn't give an inch, let's put it that way. But very similar to Ollie Gray, we mentioned earlier, in regards to confidence player, but also, you know, when in that instance Gray was firing, Danielle will want to fire as well. She's definitely a phenomenal presence on court, and when she gets going, you know, scary diverse. However, she is up against the ever-experienced Doc Martin himself. Mr. Clark will be doing his best to, you know, continue the winning for the glory. He's absolutely lethal on the court, but also just a calm presence to get the job done.
And we saw that in the first match. He was just able to, you know, they were under a little bit of pressure, and his experience, they sort of were almost down all game. Just the experience, just hit the shots, kept making the opponents hit that extra ball. And yeah, it's going to be a good matchup, really contrasting sort of styles, experience. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I almost feel like Dora's going to be probably the difference here for the glory, because we know what Clark's going to pull off. Dora can be incredibly, how do I word it, effective when she gets those opportunities. So we'll see whether she can convert or not. Here she is with the ball in hand. 0-0, glory to serve. After they have a chat.
Just a slight delay. Last minute tactics.
Oh, Townsend opening up the paddle face and a stare down. We mentioned Townsend and Clark at the start.
Straight into that, that fist pump confidence.
And that's that error there from Seng. Should be doing her best to try and alleviate those as the game goes on. Oh, Dora attacking. However, the Mavericks getting the job done in that instance.
And do you think in this game, we saw in the first game Townsend and Seng really quite a few front-on matchups. Do you think that's sort of the tactic in this one too?
That's a good point. We'll see. Martin Clark keeping out of the kitchen. Had the baby wobble going on, but did his best to stay out of trouble. Dora firing, unable to get it back over though. Oh, that's called out. We'll see what the challenge is here from the glory. Great change of direction though for saying right idea.
She read it well, didn't she?
It is confirmed out. Our official has given the okay.
Just wide on that one from Townsend. Seemed to do quite well in that little battle.
Dora Sang charging down, not afraid of all of the firepower from Townsend and possessed of 2 points in it.
Clark attacking the body of Kuznetsov. Wasn't able to defend that one back in the court.
I think the Mavs will be pretty happy with their position right now, early in this game. They haven't really forced many errors. Oh, just outside.
Noticed in that rally there that Townsend's certainly not afraid to go to Martin Clark.
Oh no, she wants to initiate. Ah, bang. Kuznetsov, great shot, right at the feet of Singh.
He's just waiting on that one, ready for it, saw it well, put it away. Can't do much more with that one.
Yeah, the right-handed, left-handed combination of Singh and Clark probably not working as well as they normally would have liked.
Just missed that one, Townsend. It was low to the backhand, just couldn't quite get it back into the court.
Great shot. Townsend not afraid at all of the pressure. She's happy to apply some though to the glory. Oh, what a recovery. Sheesh.
Just push right off the court. Managed to get it back.
Tremendous effort there by Kuznetsov.
Just missed that one, Kuznetsov. It was a great recovery initially by Townsend to keep him in that rally.
Oh, and again, she loves opening up that paddle face, Danielle Townsend. Really takes the opportunity when she can, striking Clark in the knee. Oh, they let it go. Casual as they like to. Most people watch the ball go out. No, not to be.
Normally means they've seen it pretty well. Just in form, seen it well.
Full confidence from the dock.
Suddenly we're all tied up again at 10-all. Sort of ebbing and flowing this game. Got out to a bit of a lead, the Mavs suddenly pulled back.
Too good there. The Mavericks putting that one away. Singh trying to defend everything, couldn't get it done. However, the players are going to quickly rotate. We will continue the second half of our game after this commercial break. And welcome back, everyone. Crowd on their feet during that commercial break. Sheesh.
I know, every change of ends, they go nuts.
That's good. Home crowd heroes getting behind their Mavericks.
Just missing that one, Townsend. Back to it. Great put away by Sang.
She's playing super aggressive throughout this game so far. Not afraid at all to, charge down and take on Townsend and Koncesnov.
And she's had to pull out some really good defense too. She's just all round. She's loving the pressure at the moment.
That's a great shot there by Dora, straight down the middle, backhand. Too strong. She got that iconic fist pump. Sang renowned for it.
She looks like she's loving being out there too. Why wouldn't you if you pick the gap and execute like that? That was a great shot.
Oh, great drive there by Martin Clark. And it's funny you mentioned how pumped up Dora is. In real life, like outside of pickleball, she's like the most quietest person you'll ever meet.
And I was just about to say they were probably ready for a timeout, and the Mavericks have called one.
Yep.
Glory just got on a bit of a run there, then need to just stop the momentum. Good call of the timeout.
Yeah, the Mavs really need to stop the bleeding here. It just seems that they're sort of playing to the tempo of the Glory right now. Dora Sang's starting to take over. Martin Clark filling his role perfectly of that experienced support, and just letting his counterpart run wild.
And you can, you just touched on Sang's personality. Again, she just looks like someone that's just enjoying herself out there.
She's always having a good time, Dora. Wonderful person to be around. Great ambassador for our sport.
Just a little bit of a breather. The Mavs just trying to swing momentum back to them. Just had to try and halt this little run from the Glory. Martin Clark to serve to Townsend. At 15-11.
Oh, look at the hands go. Clark firing himself up.
That was a little firefight battle, and he came out on top.
Yeah,
if you watch the replay here.
Bit of a pop-up. Third one. He's jabbing a little bit there, Daniel. Normally pretty good at the firefights.
Townsend just moved into the middle of the court. She read that well, got the pop-up and put it away.
I think Clark was a little bit in two minds there of what he wanted to do. I feel like the Mavericks, or rather the Glory, are trying to freeze out Townsend a little bit. Oh, communication. That's okay. Oh, it's in. Geez, that was a bit close. I think there's a bit of a communication lapse there for the Mavs, but they pulled it out anyway. 2 points in it.
Yeah, we saw in that last point, they almost tripped over each other, but managed to just mid-point get themselves, steady themselves and put it away.
That's just that never say die attitude. Oh, double switches from both sides. Sang too good. Backhand down the line.
She's just loving being out there, and her enthusiasm, you can see it's just rubbing off on Martin Clark.
Yep.
They are loving being out there, and again, find themselves back out to a 4-point lead.
Oh, Martin diving, unable to get it back over. And that may be the break that the Mavericks need to get their feet back into this one. Only 2 points. Oh, bang. Dora not mucking around with that pop-up opportunity. Forehand too strong.
I was just about to say, you can almost see the tension creep back into the game, and then Dora just comes out and just absolutely puts it away and just gets them back out to a 3-point lead and just releases the pressure valve a little bit.
Oh, fantastic rally. Kuznetsov staying with it.
Great rally. Sen got caught a little bit inside out a couple of times and just kept finding it back and then pot one up, and Kuznetsov puts it away. 2-point lead for the Glory.
Oh, I was going to say, there's no way that he gets that back. And Glory find themselves in a game point opportunity here. Dora Singh to serve it in.
And the Mavericks save a game point. Get the serve back. 2 points down. Kuznetsov to serve.
This would be a remarkable comeback if the Mavericks can pull it off. Initiating those firefights. Great hands across the board from Danny and Daniel. Only 1 point in it. Not to be. You could hear the crowd, collective groan, cheering on the Mavericks. Game point.
Tough way to win it. Kuznetsov cops a net call. Just goes straight up into him, and the Glory, the victors by 2 points in what was a really fun match to watch. It was an interesting match, and the Glory now find themselves 4-1 up.
I mentioned earlier the X Factor would have been Dora Sang, and she was on fire. She's gone across with Martin Clark. They're going to have a chat with our wonderful interviewer, Russell. Down to you, mate.
Boys, what a match that was, Martin, the old boy. Talk about the youngster next year. She was unbelievable in that game, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's come all the way from Taiwan to play in this without a job or anything, has trained hard and is improving every week, and she was on fire.
She was absolutely smashing it back. Those volleys were unbelievable. Well done, Dora.
Yeah, great work.
Good on you guys. You're going well in this match so far. A couple more. We win one more, and I think it's done. So well done.
Yeah, thank you for that, Russell. Martin says it all. Mentioned how she's from Taiwan, came across and absolutely blitzing the ball. Speaking of blitz, your mate's just walked on court.
Yeah, really good of Martin to appreciate how good his partner played in that game, and the smile on her face probably said it all. She was pretty happy to get away with the win on that one.
Well, I think that's that experience, right? You want to fire up your younger players. Martin Clark doing exactly that, and I think he played his role perfectly just then. Didn't overdo it, let Dora take the reins. If she's feeling it, let her go. This is going to be a great game to watch as we're watching our players start to warm up. Vish Masan, Beck Kingsley have played several tournaments together, and they are definitely in sync at the moment.
And for the Mavericks, we've got Blitz and Bianchi, who have also played prior to Aaron's injury quite a few tournaments together. I don't know how much they've played together recently, but certainly have played together a fair bit and play at the same club too.
Oh, there you go. Hometown heroes for sure. Things to expect from this game, I imagine. Oh, I mean, we've gone from such an explosive game just then. I actually imagine this one will be a little bit slower. Masand is probably the most aggressive out of all 4 players on court. Tina and Aaron sort of play a similar play style. They'll be looking for a lot more consistent play.
Yeah, I think in this game you'll probably see Bianchi try and look to be quite aggressive on her forehand. She was probably a little bit subdued in the earlier doubles game, but I think in this game, I think she's going to come out and be a little bit more aggressive. But like you said, you know, the other two, when you've got Kingsley and Blitz, they're probably going to be trying to set it up. A lot of slow, dinking rallies, and it might be up to the other two to be the aggressors.
Yeah, well, I imagine, Tina and Aaron will be trying their best to. They'll be wanting to force errors on the side of Masand and Kingsley. But make no bones about it, I think this is going to be a pretty closely fought game. When it comes down to the actual overall winnings, Mavericks really need to start to get some points on the board. They're in a little bit of trouble. Had quite a few deficits so far.
Yeah, they haven't been out of any game. It's just coming down to that, maybe that experience, or just a little bit of pressure. They just haven't quite got over the line. But certainly been in every single game. As we see Beck Kingsley up on screen, who's been there, done that many a time.
Yep.
And she's one that knows how to finish off a game. Who's your prediction going into this game, Dylan?
I mean, I said earlier about Vish being the dark horse. I think he's going to follow through with that play style. But I actually think the X factor in this game has got to be, the captain, Aaron Blitz. He's got to stand up. This is the kind of game, your team's down by a fair bit overall. Got the hometown crowd cheering you on. This would be a great time to make an ovation for the side to raise. And our official for this game, Jen Rammer-Murphy, ready to go once again. Looks like our local players, the Mavericks, will be serving first, 0-0.
I don't know if you could pick it up on the speakers there, but a big call of Go Blitz just came out from the crowd. Certainly a hometown hero.
And a double error there for Beck Kingsley. It's not the start she'd be looking for.
I think the Mavericks showing their hand early that Kingsley's going to get a lot of balls going her way.
Well, the problem is that if they, as we can see here, those returns are just slightly to the right of corner, that's a great drop. But Vish has such a lethal forehand anyway. So their shots have to be great if they're targeting Kingsley, because he will definitely come across and poach.
And you probably know, you've obviously seen Vish a fair bit. Is it just in the last 6 months that he's sort of really got that consistency and come good, or has it just been an ongoing for the last couple of years?
Oh, net roll. Unfortunately there for the Mavs. To answer your question, I find Vish probably in the last year he's sort of erupted, becoming a very consistent offensive player. He's definitely renowned for his fast-paced play. Blitz trying to speed it up. Unsuccessful. Beck getting out of the way. Fair enough too, because that had quite a bit of velocity behind it.
It was a tough shot to execute and just couldn't quite keep it down.
And the Glory, we talked about consistency earlier. I think right now the Glory have that in full swing, minimal errors on their behalf.
Commentator's curse, Dylan.
I don't know why I bother.
We're better off just not talking at all, I think.
Sheesh. I'll just call the score 4-5.
And another error by Kingsley, as I can see Dylan have a bit of a smirk on his face.
Cheeky gets the job done.
And that's what you were talking about before. Vish is very good at reading the play. He really stepped over and managed to grab that forehand and set himself up for a winner.
Yeah, nice deep serve as well. Great shot.
And that's that forehand of Bianchi. She's got a very potent forehand. Didn't see much of it in the first game, so we're hoping we see more of it again.
Oh, the backhand was there. Blitz unable to convert.
And they're the ones that hurt.
Yep.
Service error straight into the net.
Yeah, unforced errors, can't be doing them.
Especially in this format. Give away an easy point.
Double-handed backhand there for Massant. Getting a kind net roll, causing the error from the Mavs. 1 point lead so far to the Glory.
Just another one into the net from Kingsley. But she's an experienced campaigner. She'll quickly forget about it, move on.
Well, I almost feel like Beck needs to play a bit more of a supportive role. Just get the ball over, let Vish take the reins. Tied game though, 9-9.
As you can see, Kingsley just trying to loosen herself up there.
Yeah, shake it off. Speed up, goes wide. Solid play there by the Glory. Oh, Kingsley charging in. May have all of that with an open paddle face. Sends it flying to the back. Tied game once more. Great shot there. Massan getting the job done. We're going to rotate. Players go to the opposing sides of the courts. While we're doing that, we're going to go through to a commercial break. welcome back. Russell having an absolute field day down there during the swapping. And the crowd are involved. They want their Mavericks to get back into this as they force a tied game. Sheesh, that was hard. Going from a reset to a lob with that forward momentum, not the easiest shot there for Tina.
And straight away we saw her put her hands on her head. I think she probably realised it wasn't the best percentage shot to hit.
I mean, that there was, though.
Makes straight up for it. Incredible angle.
Yeah, recognise the momentum change there for Vish Masand. Puts it behind him, well played. Tied game.
There's the groans from the crowd. Glory up 13-12.
We are starting to see a fair few errors on the side of Beck Kingsley. Normally consistent, should be doing her best to try and fix things up. And that's a net roll that works in favour of Blitz.
And we're seeing a lot of that. Blitz versus Kingsley.
Yep.
Both backhand to backhand.
Oh, that one sails long.
You won't see Blitz miss too many of them. It's high up on his backhand. Normally likes to put those backhands away.
Yeah, I don't know. He almost struck it a bit awkwardly, you feel. Like it's just a little bit off. Ooh, there was a switch there from Massan. However, Mavericks getting the job done. You can see Tina pumped up.
And the crowd responding to their hometown hero. Just missed that one, Tina.
She's so animated. You can always see grinning to herself, trying to get the job done.
Just called in.
Oh, geez, that just kissed the line. Beautiful placement of the ball.
Yeah, I had to pause for a second there. I thought it was going to be called out.
Everyone took a collective breath.
We're all tied up again. It's just a tense game.
Going down to the wire. I mean, most of our games today have. They've been incredibly close. Just short. And Glory inching closer to that number of 21. Never mind, we have a timeout here. Mavericks opting to slow things down. Had a bit of a chat with their team, fair enough too. So you're a local boy. What are the Mavericks discussing right now?
I don't know. I think that they'll probably just want to stop that little momentum run. I think Blitz there just made a couple of probably unforced errors that he probably wouldn't normally make, and that could just be the pressure of the game. It's you know, the adrenaline's pumping. Everyone's, you know, especially these two, Aaron and Tina, they've got a lot of family and friends in the crowd. I can see just to the right of us, they've got their families, they've got their partners. So probably just have a bit of a break, take a deep breath, and just reset.
Yep. Fair enough. Players back on. Vish ripping that one down. Great shot. Forces that 2-point lead.
Got his opportunity, Vish. He's not getting too many, but when he does, he's been putting them away.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Beck cops it. Blitz apologises. That's a sorry, not sorry moment.
At this stage of the game, you take any point you can get at the moment.
And the Glory move to a game point opportunity here. And they have the service as well. Vish Masan to bring it in, 2018. That goes long. The Glory will take the victory here. You see the crowd team very happy. They will go through to the next stages by the looks of it.
And you can see very disappointed the Mavs, but all credit to Masan and Kingsley. They thoroughly deserve the victory. You know, they held in there, not necessarily playing their best, a few errors, but in this sort of format, you just got to stay alive and keep getting the points, and they'll suddenly accumulate.
Yep, well said. We're going through to Russell, who's going to have a chat with Vish and Beck.
Vish and Beck, yes, a huge victory there. Effectively, the rest of them are dead rubbers. How does that make you feel?
Awesome. I'm so glad we could finish it 5-1 being up, but we have to win every match now. Even though it's a dead rubber, we just have to go into the final with our confidence high.
Having not won a championship before, I suppose, there just seems to be a steely look in all of your eyes. You're coming out ready to play. Is that right, Beck?
100%, yeah, we're ready to get the goal to complete the set, yeah.
Good on you guys. Go and rip it with your teammates. I'll head it back up to the boys upstairs.
Yeah, thank you for that, Russell. Great to hear from Masand and Kingsley. Solid victory there. Good team win as we see our players starting to warm up here. This is going to be an absolute firefight once again. It's amazing, isn't it, Michael? We see the different transitions, different play styles coming on board. That there was a little bit of a slower paced game, and we're straight back into an electric one with our players on court. All of these guys and gals can whack the ball.
How good does that Glory matchup look? We've got Hart with Ollie Gray.
Yep.
That's going to be one hell of a matchup. You don't want to be making too many errors against them.
No, they're going to absolutely flatten the ball when they get the chance, that's for sure. And I think it's funny, right, because Talia Saunders played with Leona Quinn, and now she's playing with Leona's husband, Tan Quinn. So Saunders getting to know the family. But once again, we mentioned earlier, she's probably going to cop a lot of the ball once more. Talia, I think, was amazing in the game that she featured in earlier, and it's the same again here. She's going to have to perform.
She was just rock solid. We talked about a little bit before going into that game that she's going to have to hit a lot of balls, and they even had to change tactics and hit away from her almost like 3/4 of the way through that game because she was just so good and so solid. And there she is up on screen, and she'll be really confident coming out of that game.
Yeah, I think she'd be brimming with confidence personally. I don't imagine her tactics are going to change too much. She knows what's going to happen. Just limit any errors, trying to keep the ball down. As you mentioned earlier, if balls are popped up, they're going to get put away. But she's playing with Tan. he will definitely be the more aggressive of the two, but make no mistake about it. As you can see, Saunders, I'm assuming, just cracked one into Tan. She's going to have to keep it going. Regarding the Glory, we've got young Ollie Gray on hand. He played incredibly well earlier today, beating Lucas Pascoe, the other young gun. And I think he's going to keep that fine form going.
Yeah, we saw in that match that he wasn't afraid to hit his shots. He was up against a couple of pretty good opponents, and he just went for everything. And hopefully we're going to see more of the same again.
Yeah, I imagine so. I don't think, tactics-wise, I imagine the Glory are going to be the aggressive side here. Katie Hart in fine form, Ollie Gray in fine form. I think this is probably one of the stronger teams on form, not on paper, but on form right now, that the Glory could put together. But, both Tan and Talia are very well suited to this pressure sort of play. The Glory will be bringing it in first. It's 0-0 right now. We can get underway.
Tan went for the poach and just couldn't get back in time.
No, it's just smart played there by Ollie.
Yeah, he just picked it. Knew he was off position. And that's what you talk about, players in form.
Yeah, on form indeed. First 2 points off the hands of Ollie Gray, converting. You'll see that Katie Hart, Ollie Gray using that right-left-handed combination. Very strong forehand presence in the middle of court.
Good play by Tan, just put up to him. Didn't try and overhit it, and just had the angle, so just worked the angle.
Yeah, I mean, the MLP Australia nickname for Tan is the Crab, as he just had the crab walk going on there with a solid whack.
Katie Hart just missing that one. She'll be looking to get that back. Ollie Gray to serve. Lead by a point. Talia just, you can see she just, little fist bump to the bench, and so she should. That was just put in her hitting zone, and just an aggressive winner, straight back down the line.
Well, you can almost see that she was waiting for it. It was up near her right shoulder, took it full advantage of it, but just read the ball really well. Phenomenal play there by Katie Hart. She strikes the ball so well when she gets that double-handed backhand opportunity. Good luck returning it. Oh, the Ernie King, there he is. Tan's racked up the second one so far for this series.
It's the first in this game, and wonder how many more he can do.
She hits the ball so hard.
When she hits them, they stay hit.
I'd be checking if it's around after that. Katie Hart absolutely flattens the ball when she gets those opportunities.
And just missing that one into the net. Probably a rare error from him.
Ollie Gray, 3 attempts, third time's a charm, puts that one away.
And the Mavericks won't want to be getting into too many firefights against this Glory pair. It's only going to probably potentially end one way, as it just ended then.
Oh, third shot drop attempt unsuccessful. Mavericks will take it though. 5-7, Tan Huynh to bring it in. That's good. Saunders happy.
Again, into her hitting zone, and she's put it away. She's had a couple of them already, showing that she can fight fire with fire when needed.
are seeing a few third shot drop errors from both sides this game so far. Katie Hart trying to rip that one, probably a little bit too hard. 1 point in it. Oh, and again, Quinn putting on a show for the crowd.
It's number 2. He just read that so well.
Yeah.
It was so quick. Mentioned before how much of an athlete he is, and just the speed to quickly get in position. Just doesn't give the opponents a chance.
Great shot, Katie Hart at the feet. That's one way to negate the momentum boost from an Ernie. Get a strong play back. Service called long.
One thing I have noticed in this game that the Glory pair in their early games have been really pumping themselves up, been quite subdued in this game so far.
Speed up. Solid recovery, goes wide, however.
Did well to get that one. Ollie Gray just lunging, just couldn't quite keep it in the court.
Katie Hart putting that one away. Tan Quinn going for a jog. Doing his best to get it back. However, you're not going to get a Katie Hart smash back, I can tell you that. Well played. Gold Coast Glory will take the lead. We're going to progress through to a swapping of sides, and we will be back as soon as our next commercial break is done. Yeah, welcome back. Straight back into it. Glory taking a 2-point lead.
Yeah, he's not seeing much of the ball, Hewn, so he just tried to almost make something happen there.
Talia Saunders does not mess around when she gets given those pop-up opportunities, flogging that one down the right side, or rather the left side of court.
Yeah, she's had 3 really good putaways in this match.
Oh my goodness, what an angle by Katie Hart. And another Ernie. Did Quinn touch the net there? I don't know if he did. We'll have a look at our instant replay.
Just look how fast
he kept
moves
out of
into-
it.
and just look how fast he moves into position. That's number 3 already in this match.
Starting to build a highlight reel. Oh, cheeky there by Gray. Unable to convert. Did realise the momentum change though for the Mavericks. Probably a smart play. Just couldn't get it done.
Just that Katie Hart double-handed backhand. Just gets such good position and power on it. A little bit frustrated with ourselves there, as we're all tied up again. 14-all.
Orchestrated there by Ollie Gray, opening up the angles, forcing the error in the middle of the court. Beautifully done. 1 point lead so far for the Glory. Oh, I don't know what Ollie was thinking there. He tried ripping that one. A little bit too low for that.
Bit of a low percentage play, you'd say?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, Katie Hart showing she can earny too. Cop that time.
That was hit with plenty of power.
Time bounces back, solid smash down the middle of the court. Tied game. Good poach too. But well, Saunders did well there actually, got out of the way, recognised the play.
Such good reach.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier, like all these athletic players, it's just got such good reach. It just makes it so hard to try and lob or, put it wide of these players.
Oh, dinking error there for Gray. Mavericks not going away. Katie Hart, too strong. This is a real back and forth one. Ooh, Quinn got good purchase, just too low.
Quite a good lob, but I thought Hume was going to get that one. Just into the net.
Discipline there by Tan Huynh. Lets it go. Only 1 point in it. Nice juicy one. I'm sure he considered it for a brief moment there.
Just missing that one, and we are all tied up again.
Yeah, you've got to give Mavericks credit. They have not gone away. Sails wide. And the Glory moving to a game point opportunity. A little bit of statistics here for you, Michael, but I believe the 3 earnies that Tan has pulled off this game would be an MLP Australia record so far.
Is there a time for a 4th?
Definitely. No, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
And the Glory will take the victory here.
And a well-deserved victory. You sort of always felt like they were on top, the Glory then. The scoreline, but it just remained so close, but they always just felt like they were on top, but just couldn't quite get that, that lead out to 3, 4, 5 points.
Yeah, and it looks like Russell's gone and pinched Katie and Ollie, and they are ready to go. Over to you, Russell.
Ready to go. 2 big hitters, boys, down here. No bigger hitter than this one right here. Katie, geez, I wouldn't want to get in the way of one of those balls when you smash it. You really get into it, don't you?
I absolutely love being competitive and being aggressive towards the boys because I can hit just as hard as them, and it's great fun out there.
Oh, we love to hear that. And this boy here, he's pretty good too, Ollie, isn't he?
He's all right.
He's all right. Well done. It's dead rubbers for you guys. You're doing really well. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, cheers, mate. And we can see Captain Sarah Burr there just ensuring that Katie Hart's son safe, chucking a hat on her head during mid-interview.
I reckon the opposition almost needed a helmet in parts of that game.
Not
Not
wrong.
a hat. I think Hune copped a couple to the face.
Yeah, a mouth guard wouldn't go astray, and I think that is another thing that we can expect from this upcoming game. More heavy hitters on the way. Got the dynamic duo from the Gold Coast Glory, Wes Vine with Sarah Burr, two of probably the most successful players out of the Gold Coast scene. They're up against Leona Quinn and Lucas Pascoe.
And is there a little bit of a divide in the outside of the MLP action? There's a little bit of a divide between the Brisbane crew and the Gold Coast crew?
100%. the Southeast Queensland cohort, you've got Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast and Brisbane. Definitely a bit of a regional rivalry between them all, but they all love playing with each other, love the competitiveness. Things from this game that I imagine we are going to see, I think Quinn and Pascoe will probably be the more aggressive side. Burr and Vine definitely like playing a little bit more defensively, waiting for that pop-up opportunity to put it away, whereas I imagine Pascoe is going to try his best to create those pop-up opportunities, and Quinn's just going to be a bit more of a support role. Leona Quinn, however, when she gets those smash opportunities from that high-level badminton background, she was state champion, I believe, back in the day, representing VPC. Hard to smash in pickleball, however, I think Katie Hart
she's
maybe
got a contender.
yeah, she'll be creeping up. So it should be exciting. We got the captain herself, Sarah Burr, once again, the queen of the reset. Will be playing. Well, we'll have to play quite defensively against the firepower of Quinn and Pascoe.
She's been playing super well today. Probably not quite getting the accolades of some of the younger players that are coming through at the moment, but she's just been rock solid in every game she's played at the moment. And she's always had to play a variety of different roles.
Yeah, but I mean, as captain, right, she wants to fulfill that sort of role that needs to be on the court at any given point in time. She doesn't need to engage. She just needs to support her team to fulfill their roles. Looks like the Mavericks are bringing it in first. Quinn to serve.
Just out there. A little bit of an error. Just pushing it long. Look to get straight back into this game.
Oh, that's uncharacteristic there by Wesley Vine. Normally quite patient. Tried to speed it up immediately.
Almost been an uncharacteristic slow start to this one.
It won't take long. Oh, double error for Vine. Do not see that happen very often.
Pascoe to serve to Vine.
Now Lucas Pascoe, that forehand, trying to jump on it. Not to be.
Gave him a look, but he wasn't able to put it away.
Well done by Leona. Stuck to it.
Made Vine hit a tough shot and pulled the trigger and went long. It's always going to be a tough one from that position.
Oh, Lucas Pascoe, double-handed backhand goes long. Normally converts those with ease. Oh, Burr too strong. Captain's point. Ties things up.
Great play, the way that she just moved into the kitchen line and was just right on top of that ball. Put it away, great winner. Just long by Quinn then.
Yeah, 2-point lead so far here for the Glory. Oh, drive unsuccessful there by Wes Vine. You can see Sarah Burr rocking one of the hats for the Gold Coast Mortgage Broker, one of the sponsors for the Glory. Oh.
He read it well, he just couldn't quite get he got too underneath it and couldn't get over the top of it to put it away. Did read it well, just couldn't execute. Just wide by Pascoe there. As the Glory just get themselves out to a little bit of a break now. Burr to serve.
Yeah, where's Vine? Couple of errors so far.
Well, he's probably a little bit rusty. He didn't get to hit the ball much in his first match. Got frozen out a bit.
And I know he had some flight issues on the way to Melbourne. So we're lucky that he got here in the first place.
Did you have your Gold Coast kit and paddle ready to go if you were called upon?
If I was playing, I wouldn't be representing Gold Coast. No, of course. They're a good bunch, the Glory. Oh, Burr clips Pascoe. Normally the defensive-minded player, Sarah Burr, letting the young one know she can belt it as well. And the Glory take a 11-7 lead so far. Players are going to swap sides of the court. We're going to go through at a commercial break and be ready for the second half of this game after this.
Can I have another lager, please?
Same for me.
What do you reckon?
It's good.
Another lager. No booze, no worries.
Welcome back. Wesley Vine to bring the ball in. 11-7 lead.
The Mavericks getting a point there. A little bit of an error. Can they build on this now?
Oh, good hands. That's confidence boosted there for Vine. the net. Sort of been very uncharacteristic for Wes. He's normally incredibly consistent on court. The Mavs need to take full control of that. However, Sarah Burr ripping that one down. It seems that Burr's playing a bit more aggressive in this matchup so far.
Yeah, correct. And she's, doing extremely well with it. Just showing that she's equally adept, whether she's having to play defensively or aggressively. As Pascoe gets another one in the net. You can see he's getting a little bit frustrated. Just hasn't found his rhythm in this match.
Quinn the pirouette, the reset, and that goes out. Tremendous effort by the Mavs. Leona Quinn getting everything done. Trying to will her team to victory here.
And the crowd getting right behind her. She was on the ropes then and just kept finding a way to get the ball back.
Too strong by Vine.
It's looking like incredible defense again, but just Vine just too strong.
Yeah, Pascoe, that's his bread and butter. He wants to initiate that double-handed backhand firefight if he can. Wesley Vine, good footwork. Opens up that forehand smash. Right at the feet of Pascoe.
And the Glory out to a 5-point lead. Burr to serve. I mean, just missing that one. Really just struggling to find momentum, the Mavericks in this one.
Great shot, Pascoe.
Just waiting to see. There was a good dinking rally. Just waiting to see who sped it up and who went first. And the Mavericks come out on top on that firefight.
Good speed up. Wesley Vine putting that one away. Had the pop up. Great to see Pascoe and Vine going head to head. Wesley, though, experience trumping youth in that exchange.
Really good play by Hume then. Just kept them at the back of the court, and then great placement to finish it off.
Right at the feet. Burr. Wonderful placement of the ball.
She's been able to do that all match. When needed, she's just been able to come up with the right shot at the right time, forcing that error.
Pascoe unable to get it back over. The Glory moving to a game point situation here. Sarah Burr to bring it in.
That's one saved.
Yeah, they need to keep building here. Not to be in that exchange, though, as they are frozen out, however. They have to win the game on their own serve. 20-15. line, had the poach, couldn't put it away. And the Mavs live to fight another day.
Just missing that one. And Gold Coast back to serve for the game.
They're not going away. The Mavs defending multiple game point opportunities here. Oh, South wide. Bird saw the gap.
Suddenly it's only 2 points in it. You'd suddenly be getting a little bit nervous. We've seen this before where they just can't quite, teams can't quite close it out.
Oh, they get it done. Leona fired up.
And suddenly the crowd's back involved.
Tied game, 2020. Melbourne Mavericks not giving in. Giving the hometown crowd something to cheer about.
And I think we're just seeing the beauty of this format. This game looked over, and suddenly it's a tight game again.
Lucas Pascoe flying in.
Incredible.
There's that aggressive play that he's renowned for. He's been quite subdued so far.
Read it well and just went for it.
Game point here for the Mavs.
And what a comeback.
Tremendous hands. Melbourne Mavericks taking the victory there. Phenomenal hands by Pascoe in the end. Leona Quinn.
And what a way to finish it off. The crowd is going crazy just to our right-hand side as the Mavs. What a comeback.
That was awesome. Yeah, well played. And it looks like we've got Lucas Pascoe and Leona Quinn walking over to Russell. They're going to have a yarn. And what a game it's been so far. Over to you, Russell, mate. How are they going?
A little bit tired after that one, but what a comeback, Leona. That was a fantastic game to finish it off. Obviously, it was a dead rubber, not what we wanted, but for the string of 10 matches. But, geez, a nice way to finish.
Yeah, well, you know, not finished yet, so we've got to get this last one right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't finish until it's done, until it's all done.
That's the right attitude to have. You were happy with the way the team went. Obviously, it hasn't gone your way today, but you got, just like you said, how do you keep that positive attitude up?
Yeah, we're not happy with the loss, but we wanted to win that one just so we could have good energy for the next match.
It's been a fantastic thing to watch. You guys have been awesome. Go back to your team camp there, guys. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time. The boys upstairs are going to dissect what we're seeing and what we're about to see. It will be the gold medal matches coming up with the Major League Pickleball in Australia.